That would be so cool, man. Literally, like that would be like a demo within the demo, you know? Yeah. Totally, dude. That would be super cool.
But you are live now, right?
So I am live now.
Almost. For a second there, I thought it was working.
Yeah. That's like an older.
I'm not giving up. I'll try something.
It's obviously some stupid Google thing.
So when I say you can make challenges on any live stream, you're like so movie, it's like a
Totally. Yeah. Oh yeah, because you guys things do it on every live stream, right? Not just yeah.
Like on Sunday, they were back to me. This is like crazy. I didn't even expect them to do that.
Well, I mean, if they can get it into there, right? Yeah, totally. That's when you know your product is really doing something. When you get somebody to do something.
By the way, you realize like everybody's hearing you guys as loud as possible thing because that's where the microphone.
Oh,
ETC for life.
For life.
I already pointed it in your direction.
So where do I go?
You said that's the video manager.
Oh yeah. For life.
That's not good.
This might be an older He said something here along the lines of if you want to embed your live stream on site, make sure you have an approved AdSense account.
I'll have an AdSense.
That's a really shitty requirement. Yeah. So I guess that's the problem. YouTube now requires monetization to be enabled, and then a link to AdSense account. What's what?
Yeah, sorry, dude.
No problem. Thanks again.
If it makes sense.
Hi, I saw your name So you guys up here you know what? We have to meet
Yeah, I'm gonna be presenting. I think I'm the first or the second batch. I think they also graduate sometimes. They have him. Yeah, very nice. Like the downtown. Very cool. What do you do there? If you want, I can probably use some yeah, sure. Yeah, we were maybe so what does big service? Yeah, like for me, I mean, in terms of like the technology, I really like obviously, and I think there's like a lot of potential. But I think if you want to do anything like open up expanding source, I think the money is not there. I never present yeah, but I like what I do. We never present ourselves as I think it doesn't make sense. I don't know why it's just like right now. Always, I guess. We do, yes.
Welcome everybody, we're about to get started. Welcome, please take a seat if you have a chance. We're going to get started in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Let's talk after that.
Welcome everybody. Please make your way to your seat. Please get some more food and something to drink.
I'm not in the back. What's going on? Yeah, I just started. Talk to me quickly. What? No, it's events and okay, good. See you later.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the first Ethereum Classic Labs Demo Day. I'm Liz Kuka. I'm the Program Director at ETC Labs. Quick kind of mention before we kind of just dive right in. I don't have too much to say. It's about our startup. So you're going to hear from 9 teams tonight. They cover a variety of industries from supply chain to fintech, media, edge computing, back-end infrastructure for devs, and more. We have first-time founders, we have serial entrepreneurs, we represent 4 different continents. So we have teams from the US, from North America, South America, Europe, and Asia, with 2 female co-founders. And I think that kind of wraps up our stats on our demographics and what the composition of our teams are. Before we kick off, I'd like our event host or space host, Michael Trojan, partner at Pillsbury, to come on up and say hello.
Thanks, Liz. Hey, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for coming tonight. I'll just give a quick introduction to myself and the firm, and we'll hand it back over to Liz to start the event. So we're very happy to be hosting tonight and working with ETC Labs, and excited to have you all here. I'm a corporate partner here at Pillsbury, and I work with emerging companies and their investors, and I start really at the very beginning from formation. And I work with companies really throughout their entire life cycle. So from the very beginning through venture rounds, I've got Series A companies all the way through Series J, if you can believe it. And then taking those companies to the liquidity event, whether it's a sale of the company or if they're acquiring other companies, and then potentially through the IPO, if that's in part for them, and then working with them even as a public company. And the Pillsbury as a firm is one of the leading and longest running California law firms, and we do billions of dollars in venture capital, M&A, and capital markets work, particularly for emerging tech companies, which is where I'm an expert. And we've been working in the blockchain space from the beginning. We really started out working with financial services companies and developed a big financial services practice over a long period of time, and then really developed into working in payments, working in fintech, and now blockchain and cryptocurrency. And so we got a really broad and deep practice across really all the areas. So we start early with companies, and we find that we start working with them that they're building platforms and technologies and products that are incredible from a technological standpoint, and then businesses that are really going into a lot of new areas. A lot of those areas are regulated or will become regulated. So we work with them in the very beginning in developing their platform to look at where that platform and business is going, and where in the regulatory spaces they may have to get some help navigating through various regulatory regimes as they build out their platform and their business model. So we find that we can help out companies really all along the spectrum and really all along the life cycle. So very happy to talk with folks more about how we work with companies and their investors in the blockchain space. And we're really excited to have our companies here presenting tonight. So thanks everyone for coming, and looking forward to the demo.
Thanks, Michael. Pillsbury's been great to work with, and Michael's taken my random last-minute calls, so I appreciate that. Thank you for helping our team. Before we introduce our very first company, something I'd like to say about why it's been wonderful working with all of our startups is that when we met them back in September and October of last year, getting them all the way to January, they've all delivered on time and have continued to deliver over the course of the last 3 months. We've had multiple teams launch their product with us over the past 3 months, and we have teams that now have sales since starting with us. So I'm pretty excited to have all of them present today and for you to get to know them. We'll have a break after the 4th team pitches, so please take some time to get to know our teams and look at their demos on the side. There's a program sitting on everyone's seat if you'd like to follow along with a pen for note taking. And there's also a burner wallet how-to on your chair as well if you'd like to kind of test out a crypto wallet using up to $1,000 in info ETC. So with that, our very first company is Anylog. I'd like to welcome Moshe Shadimon to the stage.
Hi, everybody. My name is Moshe Shadmon, and I'm the founder and CEO of Anylog. Anylog is an enterprise platform to manage IoT data, and the network and the platform that we're building overcomes the challenges that companies are facing in managing IoT. So IoT usage is being driven by BI and AI systems, And nowadays, with the adoption of 5G network, IoT is going to be part of any company. The major challenge in managing IoT data is the huge amount of data. If we look at the number of devices, we're getting close to 50 billion devices that generate data. And if we look at the amount of data, it duplicates itself every 2 years. And this is in every industry. Every industry sees this huge growth of data, whether it's industrial, smart cities, automotive, oil and gas. All the industries are affected by the growth of devices. So what are the challenges in managing IoT data? Cisco says 75% of all IoT projects fail. The huge amount of data is a big barrier for many projects. Security is another concern, and all of those things drive high the cost of managing IoT data. Gartner says very clearly that the current systems are not able to sustain economically and technically with the growth of data, and there is a need for a new platform, a new way to manage IoT data. This is what Anylog is about. So what is Anylog? Anylog is an open source product that anyone could download and join the Anylog network to manage IoT data. And by doing this, companies replace complex and expensive data management processes with a very efficient, super scalable, and automated process to manage data. And as a result, companies could extract immediate value from their data, and they could do it at less than 1/10 of their current costs. So how does Anylog work? Devices generate data. I mean, this process is completely automated. Devices generate data, and they select the servers to place the data on. On the blockchain, we record how data is distributed such that when a user or an application needs the data is available in real time. So let's look at an example. This car generates data. Some of the data is maintained on the car locally. Some of the data is placed on the edge of a phone server, and some of the data is transferred to the cloud. When the car company shows and wants to know how many near accidents happened to the self-driving cars yesterday, we go to the blockchain to determine where is the data which is relevant for this requirement of the user, and then we identify those servers, we connect to those servers, and we're able to bring the data in real time. Obviously, in a different case, this assembly line generates the data to different servers, but the process is exactly the same. When the factory manager wants to know something about the data, we go to the blockchain to determine where the relevant data is. We identify those servers, we're able to connect to those servers, and satisfy the request in real time. This is a completely new technology. What is the business model here? The business model is very simple. Devices that generate data pay for storage. Users and applications pay for using the network, and Anylog takes royalties from these transactions. This is a huge market. The back-end data from connected devices is a $20 billion market. We are able to manage this market at 1/10 of the cost, which means that on a $20 billion market, we're able to create $18 billion of value annually. And this value is being shared between the data owners, those companies who join the network to manage their data, operators who are companies that join the network to provide storage and CPU, and Anylog. So the go-to-market, we're going to release, we are going to do POCs with some data centers and some data owners. That's the next phase. Later this year, we're going to release an open source product to increase the beta use base. And next year, we're going to make the network operational. So just to summarize, we overcome the technical challenges that companies are facing in managing IoT data. The team here includes some of the world's best researchers and industry experts. They are all listed on our website, and I encourage you to go there and look at their bios. This is a $20 billion market that grows very fast. Revenues here are based on royalties. We're asking for $500,000 to $1 million to allow us to do the POC projects. And I believe this is an amazing investment opportunity and an opportunity to be part of a project that will create enormous value with every company. So thank you very much. Any questions? Yeah, any questions? Yes, please.
Does this depend on any of the existing blockchain technologies that are there, or is this part of that integrating with it?
So this is a blockchain agnostic. We could work on top of any blockchain, but right now our implementation is on top of ETC. So we plan to release the first version on ETC and make the network available on ETC.
What's the use case that requires decentralized storage of IoT data?
So there are two layers here for the solution. The first one is, as a company, you are able to manage your data in real time at a fraction of the cost. But what it creates incentive for many companies to use the network. And then the next phase, which I didn't talk about it, but the next phase is sharing of data. So you have all the IoT data based on the same platform. The implications are huge. Think about Google that offers a unified interface into the website data. This would offer a unified interface into the IoT data. But that's the next stage. The first stage is to come to companies and say, look, here's a way to manage your data without the technical difficulties that you are having today in real time, without scaling limits, and at 1/10 of what you're currently paying. Yes.
And what's the difference between the 500,000 and 1 million in terms of the consequence for the POC phase? What's that variable mean?
Well, the variable is that we have a plan. We're talking to a few POC partners, and it's hard for us to know exactly how much cost it would be there. So we'd be more comfortable if we are over 500,000. But 500,000 to 1 million would buy would let us do the POCs. We would sit with the investors and talk to them and show them exactly what we're going to do. And from there, we would be able to derive the exact number of improvements. Thank you very much.
Next up is Button. Kirill and Rachel will be presenting.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm the CCO of Button Wallet. Button Wallet is an exchange built on Telegram Messenger. Buying cryptocurrency can be confusing, and sometimes it can take up to 3 weeks for a new user to become verified. We make it safe, easy, and fun.
Hi, I'm Kirill and I'm a technical co-founder. 19% of crypto holders are on Telegram. Telegram is the fastest growing messaging platform that has 300 million users. And if you want to make a transaction, just push the button. There are several problems with existing crypto wallets. You have to install external software, only a few types of cryptocurrency are available, and you must trust third party with your money. It's not so good. Button solves all these problems. You can Button wallet pre-installed for all 300 million Telegram users, and also you can easily send, hold, and exchange Bitcoin, Ethereum, ERC20 tokens, and other cryptocurrency. And all actions are secure. We don't store any private information, including private keys. And
We have gained 85,000 users in 2019. Most of our users are in the UK and the United States, with some pockets in Asia and Russia. We partnered with Liner and Leaves and Stellar and Changely to bring as many options as we possibly can based on demand. We talk to our customers in the Telegram channel and respond to their needs.
we are a team of 10 hackers who really love technologies. We won more than 15 international hackathons like F Denver, F Singapore, F Paris, and other. Also, we graduated from MIT Play Labs, Startup Boost, and Ethereum Classic accelerators.
We are on track to reach 20 million users 5 years from launch. Oh, our current seed round opportunity, we're raising 3.5 million, and we're soft cycled for about 1 million of rounds.
Thank you.
So you said that there's no need for security for protecting the keys, but what happens on the back end in your system?
Yeah.
What kind of security do you use?
We don't store any private information in terms of where stores users' private keys. It's stored on user device, and we have private keys that generates on client side. Then this private key is encrypted by user password, and next this encrypted data store in QR code. And user save this QR code on his device and can share this QR code to, for example, from mobile phone to laptop. And all actions are secure because this private key is encrypted by his password. Yeah, and we don't store any QR codes, any passwords, and any private data. Yep.
So you said it's already pre-installed in Telegram. How do you access it?
Yeah. Telegram has very big audience, and if you have Telegram,
I have my app.
Just
Telegram
type in button
Yeah.
wallet bot.
Okay.
It usually comes up with just button
Got
wallet.
it. Okay.
So, yeah.
That's all I was asking.
Yep.
My Telegram gets hacked, but my button wallet gets hacked.
No, because button wallet is just interface for blockchain, and all your money, your rules, your wallet store on your device, not inside the Telegram. And if Telegram was broken, your keys will be on your mobile phone, and you can go to a browser, scan this QR code, get encrypted information, and decrypt this information using password. Yep.
Is Telegram building their own wallet?
Yeah, Telegram are in progress with Ton blockchain. We hope that we will rise with Telegram open network because it's it's a big opportunity to us to grow with them, and they want to build their own wallet for their own cryptocurrency called Gram, and we will integrate this cryptocurrency to our multi-currency wallet as well, and you can easily exchange Gram to other cryptocurrencies and Gram to fiat money.
We have the same investor, so we do have confirmation that they're building a wallet for Grams, but not with any other cryptocurrency.
Thank you.
Our third team up is Pricen. Shugo from Pricen. We have a fourth team, then a break, and followed by five teams.
Hi. Hello. Hi, I'm Shubro from Pricen. I'm the CEO and co-founder. Thank you all for being here today. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about our automated trading platform. Our platform enables traders to run strategies on autopilot so they don't have to worry about what the market is doing while they're sleeping, working, or even on vacation. So what is the problem we're trying to solve in specific? 55% of crypto trading currently is done by bots, which means, and this trend is increasing pretty rapidly, almost at a near exponential rate every year. This means retail traders are going to be head-to-head against the latest and greatest models in machine learning and latest advances in quantitative finance. Kryzen's goal is to make previously inaccessible technologies accessible to all traders. Our platform boasts a three-step process to let any trader take advantage of automated trading tools. On our platform, you first pick a strategy that makes sense for you, and that's in accord with your beliefs and assumptions about the market. You simulate this strategy on past data. Green dots represent buys, red dots represent sells. And if you like what you see, with one push of a button, you can deploy this on an actual exchange. We support Binance at the moment, and we'll support many other exchanges soon. Who is our target audience? There's a new generation of traders that got into trading for the first time because of crypto. These are young, tech-savvy individuals who use tools like TradingView and other market analysis software, but they're constrained in the ideas and strategies they can express on these platforms, and they can't run those strategies on autopilot. Kryzen bridges this gap. We are a seed stage company. Since our soft launch on January 31st of this year, we have 171 unique users and over 1,859 simulations done on our platform. Over 800 of those simulations occurred in just the last 2 weeks. Not only that, cryptocurrency exchanges are reaching out to us about white labeling our automated trading services directly on their exchange. We've already secured one contract with an exchange that was a 5-year deal. There's an ongoing monthly maintenance as well as a 50/50 revenue share in place with this exchange. We're the first algo trading platform to be directly on an exchange, and there are 2 other exchanges also interested in participating in this opportunity. We have seen solid evidence of early stage traction. This is what our users are saying about us on our Telegram. I assure you we didn't pay this step. Someone recently came on our Telegram channel and asked why we're different from a competitor of Real. After explaining to this individual that there were features on our platform such as machine learning and automated strategy optimization that's literally not available on any other platform, the person leaves with the conclusion, definitely, yeah, the more I look into it, Kryzen is quite a bit different. How are we getting the word out there at the moment? It's all organic. We're posting our content on various social media platforms. There's a post that we submitted to Reddit, our algo trading, that just shows the basics of how we use our platform. It's something that we should be interesting, but it became the top post within an hour on our algo trading, and within a few days it became the top post for the entire month. The future vision is really to evolve our platform into an AI trading assistant. The idea is to offload your cognition, thoughts, ideas, beliefs, assumptions, and intuitions about the markets onto our platform and have that be tested and run on autopilot for you in the most natural and intuitive way possible. Who is on the team? We are a team of mathematicians, physicists, and computer scientists. There's 2 PhDs in the co-founding team, and there's multiple exits between the team members and our advisors. We're currently trying to raise $1 million so we can support these exchanges that want to be in this B2B program that we have, to support features that have been commonly requested by our users on our Telegram channel, and of course to put a formal budget together for marketing, because so far everything we've done is organic and no paid marketing. I have slides on revenue projections and addressable markets, so if you guys want me to get into that, feel free to ask about that in the Q&A session. If you're interested in the vision and what we're doing here, definitely let us know. Let's build the future together.
How are you monetizing this today? Is it a percentage of the trade or a cents per trade?
It's a flat monthly fee, so people just go on and they'll pay $30 a month to use certain services, and there's different tiers of services.
In traditional environments of trading, especially high-frequency traders, we're concerned about having closeness to the matching engines in order to implement their algorithms.
Yeah.
In this case, how would you expect to be more advantageous using your algorithm if you can get closer to the cloud server that operates for that exchange?
So our data operates on 1-minute timescales. We're not trying to get into the game of trying to outspeed institutions. So this is more for retail investors. And we're targeting the class of strategies that are directional strategies, where you're trying to predict the direction of the market on the order of minutes, hours, days. rather than trying to do things like arbitrage or market making, which are time sensitive and essentially a race to zero, which I don't think retail will ever be able to compete on that massive. We're focused more on strategies that day traders, technical analysis traders, data scientists, and people of that nature want. Really great question, right?
Excuse me. You talked about a 50% revenue share with the currency. Talk a little more about that. What, like, for people that are using your strategy, or how exactly does that work?
So it's a 50-50 revenue share for our white label services on exchanges. They adhere to the same pricing model as us, except that they get 50% and we get 50%. So the margins are lower for us in that case, but we're plugging into exchanges that have tons of users, just like we're recycling users. And also adding value and letting them have like a feature that would give them a competitive edge over other.
So it's an additional paid feature on a certain.
Exactly, it's an additional paid feature, yeah.
At a discount.
And so.
Is it at a discount, or you just get 50% of it?
It's a 50-50 revenue. I think it's priced the same, so there's no counter incentives or discrepancies. Yeah.
How big is this market in terms of what do you think
Yeah, really great question. So really slide and yeah. So right now there's about 23 million accounts scattered throughout various cryptocurrency exchanges. We make sure we take disjoint exchanges. We're not adding up the same users. This is the projected growth based on this Bloomberg study. So if we're talking about 23 million exchange accounts, our revenue projections is that we just captured 0.1% of users on exchanges. By 2023, the revenue is at 93 million. So we're starting off at 23 million, which is the current number, and that Bloomberg study suggested that there's a 40% increase year over year in terms of number of users on different cryptocurrency exchanges, and we're saying that we just take 0.1% all year, which I think is an underestimate because the product is really supposed to break into a new category and let everyone access these tools that were previously seen as highly technical and unaccessible.
Another question. So the news feed that you have on there as part of the subscription option, where are you getting the news feed from, and are you getting any royalties on that?
So you can go back to that slide. So right now on our platform, we only have basic trading. We plan on supporting this in the future, and that would just be, let's say, we have historical data from Reddit, Twitter, that they can use so they can use social media signals for trading. Yeah. Thank you.
Our last team before the break is Ethernode, Aaron Lowry.
Good evening, welcome, thank you for joining us. My name is Aaron Lowry. I'm co-founder of Ethernode, where we're developing blockchain connectivity solutions, hardware and software, to tie people to the blockchain network in a much more effective way. First of all, introductory question, why are we using blockchain in the first place? And depending on who I ask, you probably have a variety of responses, but we're focused on a few things that are integral to blockchain viability. Blockchain provides us with a lot of utility through things like security from consensus and privacy through cryptography, and at the end of the day has an opportunity to extend a lot of value to end users. But the fundamental value proposition behind all of these things is trust minimization. These networks employing these different technologies to become a third party to resolve some of these data and interpersonal conflicts in ways that don't require trusted third-party reliance. But there's an obvious sort of disconnect of, how do you connect to a blockchain network? And first of all, there's a misnomer there because most people today are focused in the blockchain technology world in building solutions that don't actually require users to connect to the network. They use blockchain without using the network. And this causes a lot of challenges in the industry because blockchain is built on a network, and the network has a lot of utilities that the blockchain in and of itself does not contain. So the challenge has been that, you know, becoming a part of the network requires running a node in the network, and nodes were highly technical, and they're, you know, written in typically deployed in command line interfaces. So as blockchain technology has grown, node operatorship has actually decreased, and this has resulted in a reliance on third-party network connectivity solutions, specifically in the Ethereum community on Infura, and using services like MetaMask and QuickNode. And fundamentally, these have a problem because they defeat the core value proposition of blockchain, which is minimizing reliance on trusted third parties. At Ethernode, we're addressing this in a couple of different ways. The Ethernode is a piece of hardware that's designed to be a blockchain gateway, plug and play, easy for developers and users to install and interact with in a very quick manner these blockchain networks. And the magic that really makes this happen is ENOS, which is an open source Linux-based operating system that's designed to interact specifically with blockchain networks. It allows you to quickly and easily click a button and host a node for Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Claude Test Chain, which is a proof of authority network, and all of the different test networks in the Ethereum community. And then there's a developer SDK built on top of that that utilizes a document-driven OpenRPC spec JSON RPC API. So this is an environment where users can interact in a very familiar type of browser-based interface and interact directly with nodes that are running in a local operating system environment. It has an easy-to-use interface that's comparable to things that people are used to using already. This shows you the node manager and block explorer that are built in. There's also a Solidity IDE that allows you to compile, sign, and deploy smart contracts directly onto the Ethereum blockchains through this one simple interface. What we're trying to achieve is open access to information for people around the world utilizing public encrypted blockchain networks, not just for their blockchain utility, but also for their network utility. The hardware that we're building is mesh network enabled, so it allows you to use it as a base for a local home network for IoT smart home devices, and operate it in a truly decentralized way where third-party applications can actually run device side on your mobile phone or your computer, and all of the data generated by the IoT devices in your home, which is a tremendous amount, can actually be locally stored and secured by the data creators themselves, the user, instead of relying on third parties to provide storage solutions, as well as even depending on third parties to provide a connection to blockchain. We're offering the Ethernode hardware. It'll go on sale in about a week and a half. We'll do a pre-sale with hardware being delivered in May. We're offering 3 different configurations for storage. And we're also building InConnect, which is a cloud-hosted environment where users, specifically developers and enterprise applications, can host load-balanced cloud-hosted solutions for users to connect to. In the future, we're also building a software IoT platform that is our background as developers, and it will run on top of this software. The market opportunities for public networks are quite large. The internet today is used in about over 1.08 billion households, and yet today cryptocurrencies and crypto markets are in infant stages. So we're targeting early adopters and D-app developers to help grow these ecosystems. This is our current team. We're fairly small, but we have a lot of experience together. Maciej and I have co-founded a geotelematics company 7 years ago. We worked together quite a long time and have a background in business management and founding. And he is a retired U.S. Army officer. Financial projections: we are looking to do about $2.5 million in revenue this year through hardware sales and InConnect services, and then adding in year 2 the IoT platform, and growth going out from there. We're passionate about connecting people using these open networks, and eliminating censorship-resistant and dependence on censorship-resistant centralized networks, and bringing people together with open and equal opportunity to access information. We're looking for partners in low Earth orbit satellite and hardware manufacturing, and we're looking for investors who share the same passion of decentralizing access to information. Appreciate your questions and your time. Thank you.
So the old networking world has a lot of BGP and the LTE network. How does this integrate with the legacy networks so that we can afford?
Currently, we're still reliant on the current ISPs and the network. The first version we're doing has mesh networking enabled on a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi layer, but that's obviously limited geographically by antenna range. So version 2 would like to include 5G modems. And obviously, something like a low Earth orbit satellite would be very efficient at helping to expand these networks.
They use LoRa as a gateway for Bluetooth inside these.
Currently, we're not. The focus has not been on developing the Bluetooth connectivity, more Wi-Fi based network for smart home devices in an IoT application environment, but it has the capability to support that.
Got it. And what about the third parties that are building applications?
So a third-party application in this environment can be built entirely on top of the SDK, and it's all an open source, fully documented SDK. So we've used the OpenRPC spec that ETC Labs Core has developed to build a JSON RPC API that's highly standardized and local. It natively communicates with these node clients because all the node clients use JSON RPC. So you can utilize that API to make calls to any local node that's operating. So an application can make one call to a local Ethereum node for one transaction and then send one to a Ethereum Classic node running locally if you need to access that chain for a different transaction. And all of this runs user side locally on the hardware.
Can you talk a little bit more about the enterprise solution in Connect?
Yeah.
Do you envision providing a hosted cloud solution, or is it hardware that people buy on person?
Exactly. So what we're doing is we're putting geographically distributed server solutions, and then you're able then to go in, create an account, and host either a single node or an array of nodes based on your needs. In an environment like this, you can build these applications so they run client-side, but if there's going to be a blockchain interaction and your user doesn't have their own node, then they're still going to be reliant on somebody to provide them a service to connect to that node. So what you can do in this environment is you write your application so that it defaults back to either your node address or a hierarchy of nodes that you're running in, say, geographically distributed locations. So users in Australia can connect to a load that's geographically advantageous or based on load balancing, maybe sending to the next closest one. But it allows you to build a third-party application in a way that either like user 2, if they have their own node, they can connect to their own node to do all blockchain interactions locally, or if they don't have a node, they can still use the application, but rely on the developers, either single or network of nodes for blockchain interactions.
All right, everybody, that was the first half of our presentations. Take a 10-minute break. The restrooms right around the corner to the right. There's still food and drinks, and we have 5 presentations after the break. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Come here.
No REST API at all. So what we do is our but it's not really back end for we're learning over the whole APIs okay, so what this is but I specify a certain amount of properties that I have to make right? So like username, password, right? Well, then passing the username, password, whatever, any way you want. Like this is argument one is always better. Argument two is argument three is always and it's very useful. That's essential. The way they have it's on the back of the but you're being very easy. No, so JSON RPC is nothing. It's transferring nothing, right? So I can use it I can make a matrix call. I'm systematic, I'm I'm sure you better Jason RPC, like REST API, doesn't care or access figure out one other section where you can use any technology you want. Because you can have to use it. See what the I've been creating using REST APIs to the back end. They were not at all. Yeah, just the back end. So yeah, you're really good at that, and it's very
Slowly make your way back to your chair. We're gonna get started. Just saw somebody to drink, somebody to eat, and make your way back to your seat. Please find a seat. We're about to get started.
Hey everyone, let's have our seats. We're going to start the presentation today.
We can do a subscription for blockchain a few months on IO, and in RSDK, you can do a subscription for blockchain monitoring for whatever you want. And if that occurs,
Yeah, what part of the Bay Area?
Okay, everybody get started. Please take a seat. Okay, our next startup is Skanta. Tanya and Chad will be presenting. We are presenting out of order. I hope like this is working. All right, folks, ready? We're getting started. Skanta is next up. We're going to present out of order just for technology reasons, and then we'll be right back in line. So if you're following along with the program, Skanta is next, and we're presenting out of order. This is Pat.
Hi everyone, my name is Chad and I'm the founder and CEO of Skanta. At Skanta, we're building voice-based 3D animation through machine learning. Animation traditionally requires time and money. It requires professional artists to build 3D animation, and we're disrupting this space. We're automating the entire animation process and reducing production costs. And how we're doing this is through machine learning, with understanding what you're saying through voice command, through understanding the voice input, we're able to then integrate that onto the relevant FBX file, the animation file, and give you an output in animation real time. It comes with a fair share of challenges because this has not been done before. What we're talking about is just through a voice command, animate a 3D object. And we require the model to become more efficient over a period of time that requires R&D and capital. It will be very exciting to see how this space pans out because everybody is building their own ecosystem in terms of AR avatars. But we'll see what's the winning use case here. But our strength is that we've built more than 110 AR avatars. We have the biggest library of AR avatars in the world. And our machine learning platform is the first time ever that we're able to automate 3D animation through voice command. We're talking about a $286 billion market. AR avatars is just one use case for it. Imagine the animation industry. We've spent millions and millions of dollars animating films, VR-based visualizations. All of this could be streamlined and the production budgets could be reduced significantly. What we're able to do till now, we've built Ekamoji. It's an app available to download on the App Store and the Play Store. We've got 5,000 PAUs, no marketing spend. We're partnered with TikTok, partnered with Samsung, and these avatars are live right now. But what we saw was a trend in voice. We wanted to see how these avatars could become a medium of communication. So we came up with intelligent AR avatars that don't only integrate with our own ecosystems of Ekamoji, but also work with Bitmojis, Samsung and Apple platforms as well. Let's take a look at the world's first platform that converts this voice command to an AR avatar. Take it away, Alex. Alan tries to figure that out in the time. So we can do the demo on our table over there. If you'd like to see it, we can show you. We can connect the phone to the laptop. So happy to show you the demo in real time. Now, an interesting use case for this is NFTs. So we're creating the tool that allows everybody to create their own 3D assets that can be traded as NFTs. In terms of revenues, we bifurcated this into two tranches. One being licensing. So if you are an animation company or if you want to build your own 3D animation, platforms in virtual reality, augmented reality, or whatever, you can integrate this and animate 3D characters to your voice command. The second is we have a marketing platform for AR avatars, and we validated this with Coca-Cola, Dunkin' Donuts, and Wendy's. And we've proven how brands could use AR as a tool, AR avatars as a tool for marketing. And their sales got up by 30-35% during the course of that period. We're looking to break even in about 18 to 20 months from now. And we've got a very proficient team. We've got 20 people working with us full time. I myself have been there in the machine learning and augmented reality space for the last 5 years. Adam Bindel used to head the AR VR division for Tesla, amongst other big advisors that had great running works. We've raised $600,000 till now, and we're raising a current round, which is $1 million. We already have leads in place, so we will be happy to connect with you. 2018 has been a really exciting day for us. We'll be there at Shark Tank, the Forbes list of Microsoft startups, TechCrunch, and we just partnered with Discovery Networks. And we hope and we're trying our best to make 2019 even better. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you visualize your business model being on the SaaS food side or on the NFT?
Right, so on the SaaS side, essentially, yes.
So you want to participate in the economic side?
No. So you can create your own 3D asset, and you can choose to do whatever you like to do.
Is this mostly going to be a developer play or consumer developer play?
So one of the use cases that we have is AR avatars, which is the machine learning processes used for AR avatars. Amongst other things, it could be animation or research. For us, we're trying out the consumer play by integrating with big players like TikTok or the AR avatars from Samsung. But essentially, we're talking about integrating with big corporations that already have traction. All right, thank you.
Give us around 20 seconds or so to get back up. Our next team is Monetizer. Martins from Monetizer.
Hi guys, my name is Martins, and I'm a founder at Monetizer. We help game developers make money. Most game developers today make money with advertising. However, when you ask gamers, game developers, or even advertisers themselves, do you know what they say? They say that ads suck, but game developers need to make money. Implementing ads is the easiest way to do it. However, that seriously degrades the experience of the players. To fix that, we created Monetizer. Instead of annoying people with ads, we offer unique player experiences, and we offer more revenue, 25% more revenue. Monetizer is a simple plugin for game developers. It analyzes gamer behavior, incentivizes players to play more and achieve higher levels, and it rewards them with physical products that they can buy right inside the game. Let me show you. This is our ideal customer, an Apple Design Award-winning game called Black Ops. The Monetizer identified emotional triggers inside the game. In those moments, we incentivize players to play longer, reach higher levels, and then we enable them to unlock exclusive game collectibles. Collectibles which they can claim and purchase in a matter of seconds without ever leaving the game. And then, a couple days later, they're a product from us. Gamers love it. Some gamers even created unboxing videos and posted them on YouTube. So, the results are that we have happy players, and we have just increased the average revenue per user by 25%. Today, we have 31 customers, and we have identified our ideal customer type. Apple Design Award-winning games like Blackbox. And thanks to our advisor introductions, we now have a pipeline of 40 amazing game studios that we will be onboarding over the next 12 months. So let's talk about money. At this stage, we make money by selling physical products inside games, game merchandise products, and branded products. And then we split the profit 50-50 between us and the gaming company. Based on our results, we estimate we can make $200,000 per game per year. Assuming a 10% market share, that's a $2.3 billion opportunity, and all of that with our existing product alone. From our ideal customers, we have already made $100K in revenue over the last 12 months. And with the customers that are in our pipeline already, we estimate to make $3 million in annual recurring revenue within the next 18 months. So I'm happy to announce that we will be moving beyond just physical rewards and building a universal gaming currency. For gamers, it provides an opportunity to take their game coins between games. For developers, it enables them to increase their average revenue per user. And for brands, it provides an opportunity to become sponsors for individual players across thousands of games in a scalable way. That's how we fix ads. So a little bit about us. We are a team of hustlers. We work very, very hard. We have 5 exits behind our backs, including to companies like IBM, Barracuda Networks, and Elsevier. We're also super proud alumni of Techstars, and we have built a superstar advisory board. These people are early executives at companies like Zynga, Electronic Arts, Activision, and others. These guys built these super successful companies before, and now they're helping us to build monetizing. That's pretty awesome. So what's next? We have 2 milestones. 1, closing our $2 million seed round, and 2, hitting $3 million in annual recurring revenue within the next 18 months. Today, I'm happy to announce that Alphabet Ventures is leading our round, and we already have close to $800,000 in our bank today. So, if you have any game developers on your network, or if you're willing to invest in a company like ours, let's talk after the presentation. I'm the guy in this blue monetizer superhero shirt. And we have some superhero shirts available there as well. So please feel free to get some superhero shirts and ask me any questions. Thank you. Questions, please. Yes, please.
So my son plays Fortnite.
Yes.
Spends too many hours in front of the box.
Yeah.
Now he's going to take my money and buy product.
Well, like right now, yes, but when we unveil the currency aspect, he's going to be able to make some money by playing Fortnite and take it across games.
That's a good response.
Yes.
I guess are you guys going to how much are you monetizing the actual advertising versus the sort of individual retail sales?
So right now, in the first stage of the company, we have focused entirely on the whale gamers. So we're focusing entirely on the physical products because the whale gamers are the ones that spend most money inside games. They're the most important audience for the gaming studios. So we're focusing on bringing the value to gaming studios for the whales first. And now we're working with companies like Garmin and Coca-Cola to roll out the advertising component. Yeah.
I have one more question.
Yes.
How are you identifying the emotional learners in the game?
Great question. So we have our product is an SDK and an API, depending on what the game studio wants to use. Smaller studios typically go for SDKs or Unity plugins. Bigger studios typically go for APIs. It is already getting a lot of data from the games while gamers are playing. So by having that data, we can know how much time they've spent, how much money they've spent, when they're dropping off, why they're dropping off. We can compare all of that data from all of the games that we work with, identify drop-off points, basically interact with the gamers right before those drop-off points happen, incentivize them to play longer, therefore increase the play time and average revenue per user. Okay, thank you so much. Let's talk after.
Next up is Flips. The same from Flips, the mic has been a little bit iffy, so.
If we get 2 minutes,
Yeah, mine didn't work, so.
Hi guys, so we're the co-founders of Slips, we're a social trading platform for gamers and streamers. We actually thought, how are we going to explain what Slips is to everyone? We've never heard of us, and we decided the best way to do this is to actually show it to you in action, so we're just about to do that. But once this is started, maybe Carl can explain to our friends why people actually watch gaming streams.
There's a lot of reasons why people watch gaming streams. One is for the exciting action that happens any moment. It's also to see in your pants amazing things that you don't know is going to happen. And it's also the friends that are watching you streams.
Watching with friends is a big thing, and we actually need to make that experience bigger. That's actually why we run Slips. So this is something that gamers are really familiar with. They spend about 4 hours a day either streaming or watching this kind of space. We've got a really famous Fortnite streamer streaming here, but actually we take the stream from Twitch. It could be used in YouTube, any live service. On Sunday was WrestleMania, and we had people streaming WrestleMania and making challenges. Once I've been talking, you see that there's chat going here, and now we're doing voice chat as well. So this is how the audience interacts with the stream. What we've done is we've actually turbocharged this into doing this. We've just been challenge, this is the first week we've been doing yet. So a bet like that will come about as a result of what's actually happening in the stream. So you just, the guys just waiting and we managed to watch it for this thing. I was just about to say to you that, so we're just having some sort of beauty in this class. So our decks are reactive. So whilst you're watching the gameplay, you can think of the challenge, you just come up with the challenge, you create it, you put your mark in there. These are P2P bets, so for example, you're betting against your friends and you're betting against the channel, and somebody else will take you aside to the challenge and you can once the bet's been created, if you then the bet, so for example, if you don't beat this guy, you'll both record the result. Not everyone is honest, sometimes people can be dishonest, so we actually have a blockchain-based solution that actually helps us come to a resolution when people don't see the same results. So this is Slips in action. I guess the first question is, do we have a market here? We actually wanted to Google the first result here, which is that 1.5 billion will be raised in esports by 2020. We think that's a fantastic number, but we actually did a bit more digging around. We found out that last year some of the biggest tournaments, the winners were actually taking home more money in traditional sports like the chess. The thing that really tickled us was that 25 million, that was crowdfunded by fans, so it's not corporate plastic sponsors, it's actually really coming from fans raising money for passions. So we think that esports is giving live sports a real kick in. We know that Aspen is built, so the environment is changing as well. So we think we have identified this huge market where we're wondering how to do this. Unfortunately, the established sports book operators, they're sort of moving to esports. And blockchain and gambling goes hand in hand. So last year or the year before, there was a lot of ICOs that were also doing what we're doing. So with that in mind, we do actually have a differentiator. As I said, we focus on content creators. We know that more people watch Twitch than they do Netflix or Hulu. And everyone wants to be the star of their own show. So they want to make bets on themselves. There's competitors, there's big gaming tournaments that I talked about. A lot of them do focus on that. So hard bets, again, social B2B between things. But as we said, put our thinking caps on, we've got this blockchain-based solution that allows us to make creative challenges, which for the rest of our competitors, we put the results in the APIs. Because of that, the bet choices of the people who are actually quite interesting. In terms of revenue model, it's actually really simple and scalable. We actually take the size of every single bet that's made on our platform, but we're not one-trick ponies. We actually have a little bit of different other revenue models. So we do the feeling of something like that. So I just wanted to talk about how we got here and where we're going. Kyle and I did our job. We built our proof of concept in 5 months. We only 5 countries, that was in December. And that prompted ETC Labs to invest in us. We didn't take the money As I suggested, we actually put everything into our proof of concept and we launched a month ago. The feedback is already been surveys, and we've actually used that feedback to come up with a pivot. We want to monetize our US audience, and we found a way of doing that. The reason I'm not holding that paper right now is because we do need to continue that development, and more importantly, we need to do our training license because that will allow us to raise money around the world. So you guys are really savvy investors, most of you, so you're probably wondering what are the risks and threats of steps. The biggest thing is understanding, unfortunately, the US is that the funding status like us. But as I said, Casper is going to be built in the field and reduce the funding framework. But we have a three-pronged strategy. So one thing it says that capture market share, we don't just want to capture market share, we've got to pivot that will allow us to actually monetize market share in the US. We want to get our gaming license and we want to revenue worldwide. We also want to be able to capitalize in the US market. So when the regulatory environment does change, we want to be able to come at that 20%. And I'm glad here, last thing, we've got to combine 20 years of software development. I'm a programmer by trade, and my partner is one of the best designers in the world, in my opinion. Throughout our lives, we've worked extensively in the gaming industry, so we know how this works. More importantly, everything that we see today in the industry, we've actually designed and developed ourselves, which I think speaks to this work we to. So, thank you for the time. If you're interested in more, if you have questions, just don't scan that QR code. We're supposed to replace it with something else, but I don't know what that is.
Let's see. I'm not trying.
Question on how you have you given any thought to how you'll settle the accounts? So if I'm better, right, and I'm involved in a game and I want to bet, $1, am I going to have $20 in the account somewhere that I draw from and then I settle or sort of net, or is it every time I'm going to have a $3 bet every single time?
What you do is you fund your account, so you send money into an account and we transfer it to our own wallet, and then you just leave that as the wallet.
You're going to be holding my money then.
Yeah, well, at the moment, we haven't actually launched the real money betting because there's a gaming license and another one. I think that's why we're trying to raise a bit money. But our pivot is actually going to be based on, it's not going to be a gambling side of things at all. Because what we found, we found doing a soft motion, users like to make changes even if the real money is not involved. And we did find there's friction with the users into our own box. So we decided to build a Twitch extension. And the idea is that users, they actually make donations to the favorite streamers anyway. So they make a donation, we get a bill book out there with our system. We're real money, and they can also make challenges as well. So that's the way for us to monetize our US audience to our campaigns. And it keeps the monthly purchases, so it keeps the account as well.
So I think you answered the first question. You're not accepting fiat yet.
Not yet. So we have integrated with Ethereum Classic, so you can, if you have Coinbase, you can actually deposit money to your account and disable withdrawals until we get this whole gaming license.
In terms of gaming license, we've got a different jurisdiction outside the US.
Yeah, well, we've actually done a lot of research into this. A Maltese gaming license would allow us to launch into this and major jurisdictions that we want. It's about $50,000, and then we have a fee of $21,000 to keep that going. But we also have requirements, for example, customer database has to be merged with the higher merchants official. So it's a complicated process of kind of which we work with. So we kind of need to start that process and we need to go technically.
Yeah, I happen to know the company that had claimed their first mobile game betting, and they had to domicile in China. So that's a few years ago. But that's like
I'm pretty sure about that. We have a much more friendly environment there. We have sports applications.
That's what I mean. He's American, but he sold his company. But yeah, in order for you and I to say we wanted to bet on any game on iPhone, you couldn't launch here. You got to launch here.
Yeah, that's the problem we found. But that's still being built. Right? We think the environment will be a little bit more there. We're hoping that if we have market share here, we're actually making money here. If it does get better, we can add a little 20% to our do you have a question?
Yeah. What do you explain the biggest technical hurdle to games?
Technical hurdle. Well, we built our proof of concept, and so right now, if we did have a gaming license, we could start running on it straight away. That wasn't the problem, but I think the problem was when it comes to scale. Our team is actually really tight. Most of the work is done by Charlie and myself, and that doesn't scale as we need it to do. So we don't have chat system. We have voice chat. It works great with 10 with 15 people. We put a really popular screen like LinkedIn, you can see like 1,000 people live. I'm sure if they're over. So we have the system is able to do this because the bigger the scale, that's going to be a better for us.
Thank you. Two more teams to go. Next up, out of order again, is VRX Labs, and then we'll conclude with Statler, who will be dialing in from India.
Thank you. Good evening. This mask-wearing superhero is a multi-platinum DJ called Marshmello. He has over 31 million YouTube subscribers and pulls in more than 20 million a year. But recently, he did a really cool thing where he partnered with Fortnite. So during one of his actual tours, he set aside a 10-minute virtual tour inside Fortnite. And the tens of millions of players logged on to the game on February 2nd all got front row seats to this concert. And I can only imagine how much money Epic Games made off of Marshmello skins and emotes. But the thing with buying skins and emotes and other virtual items such as emojis and filters is that when you buy them, you don't actually own them, you just have the right to use them. Also, what you buy, millions of other people could also use. So they're all fungible, and this is why non-fungible tokens in the blockchain make so much sense in this space. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing NFT services to virtual entertainment. So what are we doing? This on the left is a screenshot of our first decentralized app that we launched a couple months ago. It allows you to buy unique, one-of-a-kind 3D avatars that you can that exist as NFTs, and then as soon as you buy them, you can plug them into our mobile AR app and create videos with them for any social media platform. And this is a huge step up in terms of extensibility compared to the other NFT dApps out there. So when we launched, we became the second most popular NFT dApp in the world in terms of daily transaction volumes, behind just CryptoKitties. For the first couple of months, we made in fiat value probably about $20,000. And seeing all of this, the CryptoKitties co-founder asked to get on a call with me. He asked me, what are you guys doing? I didn't tell him, but I'm about to tell you guys now. So on top of all this, we built a couple of other services. On the left is one we'll be launching in the next month or so. Essentially, it's a broadcasting tool that lets you wear an NFT avatar on your face while you're live streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and other platforms. So it's not a platform, it's a B2B broadcasting tool. And also we're rolling out an SDK that would allow dApp developers from various protocols to be able to integrate and use our services. On the right hand, we've also built a tipping tool using ETC. And with your Coinbase account, your Saturn wallet, you can tip your favorite streamers and gamers. And we will be prioritizing gamers and streamers who are using our platform. So let me just show you this in action. This Okay, so this is on TikTok, and Ava is one of our private beta users. She's an influencer in China. Off of this broadcast, she got over 200,000 views. And this is basically an IP play for us. We co-own the IP with all the creators that we're partnering with. And we plan to do that with a lot more influencers. So already we have partnerships with a couple of Korean gamers and celebrities with over 18 million followers on social media accounts. Essentially, they're all going to broadcast using our NFT avatar masks, and to onboard their fan bases, sell these NFT avatars to their fans. We'll also be producing artists, musicians who perform exclusively wearing these avatar masks. But we're also looking into gaming as well. We're the first non-game developer company to partner with Engine, a leading blockchain gaming company. Through them, we have access to about 30 different gaming titles whose IP we will convert into NFTs. We're also the very first and the only NFT company to partner with Kakao. Kakao is creating WeChat with over 55 million DAUs. And then through this partnership, we'll be able to sell our NFTs inside the messenger. So no high friction signing. Just to give you some facts about the streaming and the creator market, right now there's about 55 million active streamers and creators, and that's a 34% year-on-year growth. But the really great thing about this is that it's only a fraction of what it could be, because 86% of people that want to broadcast don't for privacy issues, namely they don't want their faces shown for whatever reason. They have jobs, they're too young, they're afraid of getting stalked, etc. So I think the mass aspect is definitely resonating with that. Also, the tipping market has already surpassed 200 million annually. And I think what we're doing across these mass and the tipping is a real sweet spot for these existing and new creators. We have a pretty diverse team based in Shanghai and Seoul. Personally, I come from a content entertainment background. My first company was we made YouTube videos and commercials for K-pop celebrities. We did 10 million plus in revenue. And then my co-founder and I met as Air Force officers, and then we've been looking at virtual content, so we started UX. These are some of our existing investors. They're based out of Korea, China, US, and Japan. We're very grateful to be here with ETC Labs, and if anyone wants to visit, interested in joining our family, please contact me afterwards. We'd also love to show you the aforementioned how to try broadcasting for international. Thank you. My name is Rui, co-founder and CEO of UX.
So you said you guys are splitting ownership of the video creators. That's something that you might not really do.
Well, so off of the IP, what you can do is obviously get the merch, you got any kind of sponsorship, whatever revenue that IP puts in, we do that for the fact. And then we also, on the contract itself, we actually own the majority of the IP.
Like it's like the creator sells a piece of merch, and then it goes through a bigger
Right, exactly.
Just more curiosity, why did they do a deal with only streamer face and not streamer voice?
Oh, we do that too. Okay.
Good. How does this compete with the smartphone and the avatar automatically using that?
Okay, how does this compete with something like emojis? Okay, actually, well, okay. So in emojis, you can use it to do FaceTime, you can do it to send messages, etc. But you can't use it to, one, have a very unique, one-of-a-kind avatar. You can't use it to stream and talk into other platforms. I think that's the
I have one more question.
Yeah.
Just because of the clean of the Chinese base so far, are you only at ETC Lab or you think you're deals as well?
Ah, great question.
Because of the NFT. I'm only asking because of this particular use case. It's NFT, right? And it's a different. There's 3 million token holders for deals.
Okay, so
I'm agnostic personally. I'm just asking for the NFT for scalability.
So we've been approached by EOS, Tron, Line, Link, Lines platform. Of those, we are ready to sign with Pigment for the Cloud platform. We are obviously looking at everything. The thing for us is we see ourselves as B2B. It's very consumer facing, but at the same time it's B2B. So we want to, in terms of the DApp aspect, we want to focus on the SDK where it allows a lot of product protocols, linking cross protocol.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking of a 3 million token holders. In this case, for the NFT is unique.
EOS is also very, very bullish on NFTs and dApps and games, especially for now. And they are actively looking to.
And not just EOS main system games as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've only had more ETC shows on my radio show than I have EOS. So chill.
Thank you.
Aaron, last team is dialing in Statwig, and we were going to do video, but because they're dialing from India, we were unsure about the connection. And so instead, they provided a video, and they're on the line to take calls or take questions. Robbie from Statwig.
Good afternoon, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to introduce Statwig. We provide a fabric for extended supply chain management. Supply chains are changing the economics and agility in multiple markets. As the demand on supply chains to support more products and reach new market increases, they are becoming increasingly complex and fragmented. Using traditional ERP solutions to manage extended supply chains results in information friction. Data sharing, privacy, and compromised data are some of the challenges our customers face in tracking and tracing products in extended supply chains. This results in counterfeit products, cold chain failures, and expired drugs. Our value proposition is to provide visibility, monitoring, and tracking of products in extended supply chains. First, we provide visibility to the journey of the product. We monitor the temperature of the product next, and finally, we track finished goods to meet BS-CSA compliance, and also such compliances in other regions of the world. From a technical value proposition perspective, what we do is we provide a distributed and decentralized fabric by leveraging blockchain. Next, we provide a highly scalable, highly available solution. And finally, we provide immutable data stored, which gives you some of the non-repudiation characteristics that are very required, which are much required for some of the solutions that we offer. The solutions that we offer are first, chain of custody. We can track ownership of the product on the journey. Next, we provide cold chain monitoring to track the temperature of the product on its journey from the manufacturer. And finally, to meet BS-CSA compliance and other such regulations worldwide, we track the finished goods all the way from the manufacturer to the retailer. Next, let me talk about some of the customers that we have and some of the use cases that we're doing for UNICEF. Here we are tracking vaccines, which are being shipped from Bharat Biotech in India through the UNICEF distribution system to various countries such as Iraq, Libya, Tunisia, etc. Here are some of the parameters that we track in blockchain as the product moves on its journey. Now with that, let me hand it over to Sid to talk about technology in more detail.
Thank you, Ravi. As Ravi pointed out, our platform simplifies complexity of data collection in the supply chains with a wide collection of APIs that can be used to abstract data from multiple data sources that are owned by different stakeholders in the supply chain. It also collects real-time data feed from various IoT devices and gateways and provide this data in one single abstracted manner, so to create complete life journey of the products in the supply chain. We also are developing software modules that form a layer on top of the blockchain platform to structure the data and time sequence it for easy analysis. The structured data can help us generate actionable insights that can be used to automate actions. These processes results in beautiful dashboards that will provide us real-time data in the extended supply chains, something that was not possible before so easily. Our clients can leverage the dashboards for inventory management, chain of custody tracking, asset tracking, and monitoring the product's condition. With our solutions, they can get insights before the product arrives at their warehouse, while it's in the warehouse, and even after the product leaves their warehouse. The mobile interfaces help us track the products till the last mile and extend our solutions all the way till the end consumer. In the case of vaccine, a child is where the product ends. A child or the parent or guardians receive tokens as incentives for getting their child vaccinated. They can further exchange these tokens for buying products such as food or anything that is necessary for them on a day-to-day basis. So we We have used these tokens to track the same tokens to track assets in the supply chains. Our team is very well equipped to take this to the next level. We have a right balance of technology and business skills to emerge as a leader in this market. We have a deep understanding of the pharmaceutical supply chains, which further helps in our journey. UNICEF is the largest procurer of vaccines in the world, and 80% of these vaccines are manufactured by biotech companies in India. Therefore, we are strategically well positioned to emerge as a platform of choice for providing visibility, monitoring, and tracking of the products in the life sciences market. We're looking to raise $1.5 million to capitalize on our first mover advantage and also help us acquire 55% of the market share in the life sciences industry. We are transforming extended supply chain management by leveraging Fabric that providing the fabric that leverages blockchain technology. We would love to partner with you on this exciting journey. Thank you, and reach us at these emails.
Is there a part of the solution that may be on-chain versus off-chain? Because there's really no need for high transaction throughput. So.
Robbie, did you hear that? Very good. Did you guys hear that question? I know that there are one few customers who use us that they're asking for part of the solution document. And I believe right now they're using, I know that they're asking them to have a public provider at some point, but right now it's mostly option. There's aspects of it, but your preference is this. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. So, thank you, everyone. Before you all get up and go back to wherever, home or work, wherever you may be going, or getting another drink, please help us applaud our startups for all of their hard work over the past 3 months. Ethereum Classic Labs, that we're a small scrappy team of 6 people. So it's myself, Ankit Srinivas, Papas on the marketing side, Dalton on accounting, Sean on HR, and then Sharon, who some of you may know, is an investor for USG. So thank you so much for coming out and supporting us. We're just getting started, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you. We want feedback. But that last one was a mess. We want feedback.
Thank you.